Morning all, it's really early in the morning. I wonder if I can get a 15-minute game. It's like 7:20 on Saturday morning. Dear oh dear. I don't know if anybody around actually. There's 960. There's a few title players around. Moves back, GM. He's playing Impassivity. So who is moves back? From Azerbaijan. Ralph Mamadev. FIDE rating 2640. Big fan of Manchester United. And his opponent doesn't say this. Okay, what opening was this? English opening, King's Engine, Fianchetto variation. Black's been quite aggressive on the centre. Okay. So 3-minute game. I'll take on D5 here, I'll be tempted anyway. Maybe that's a bad move. But the knight's a bit... okay, F4's not a problem. H4, he's playing a bit like Bronstein, dark square attack. Plays for H4. Okay, we've got a game, Lexman. Okay. I think I'll try Elephant Gambit actually. Or maybe even... What about Marshall Gambit? I wonder if I'm going to be allowed to play Marshall Gambit. I don't think I'm ever allowed for that sort of thing. So it'll be a hoot if I'm allowed. Actually, I've already played this wrong, haven't I? Nope, not yet. Z3? Blimey, we are going to get a Marshall. Amazing. When was the last time I had this? Or played this? So I am a fan of Gambits. They offer, fun. But how much theory does this guy know? It's all pretty theoretical for a moment. Bishop E3, okay. I'll play Rook here. So Bishop F4, and there's Adams likes to play Knight F4 at some point. Also F5, F4 clearly. Right, he's thinking here, which is a good sign. If he doesn't know this intimately, it could get smashed. So is F5 possible? F5, F3, Bishop H3. F5 looks good and dangerous. I'll play it. Many years back, I remember John Naylor, he smashed someone at Lloydsbank Masters with one of those little trends pamphlets on openings, like opening trends, and one of them was this oh no, hang on, that knight's pinned. One of them is Marshall Gambit. If I unpin the knight for a sec, maybe Bishop E2, and it was quite impressive, this Marshall win anyway. It was based on a Queen E8 tactic, hitting A4 and something else, I think. Retreat back to there, and it sort of worked out really well. So here, I don't know, Rook E6, is that a move? Because that bishop's kind of hemmed in. Just to double, maybe Rook H6, play Rook E6. Looks fairly good. I guess I should slow down here. Invest some time in this position. There's no rush to move here. With 13 minutes, play 20 moves in like so Rook E6. So say Knight F1, Rook E8, Bishop D2. There's Rook E2. This already looks pretty good. I don't know why it looks good, or is it my imagination? If I can get a Rook to E2. Then surely, or if he takes here, Then maybe a4, maybe b4. Okay, I'll go for this. Is it a little bit passive, his position, if I can get rook e2 in? A lot of people just don't allow, they don't get this far into get into the marshal anyway, they just avoid it. Well, there's loads and loads of things which just, people don't play the Ruy Lopez anymore, so b4 or knight e3 or bishop h3 or g5. G5 looks like a fun one. b4 first, there's c4. G5 here, and f4, just to get this G file open. That looks pretty aggressive. G5 takes f4. I'll try G5. I think this isn't quite working. Bishop h3 is another one. G5 looks fun. Let's see, has he won his last few games? His patches. Okay, G5. So takes f4. G takes. G takes. Bishop f3 for f4. It's not really that convincing. I can try f4 here. Takes. Bishop f3. Or actually, what about rook e7 for queen e8? That's a fascinating one. But he can always take on d5 at any point. Bishop f3 to e4. I lose f. No, don't lose f5. Blocking the queen. So bishop f3 to e4 might be good fun. I'll give that a shot, I think. There's no threat, unfortunately. Is there? Unless f4. Actually, f4 takes. Can't take the rook. No, he can. He's protecting h3. Whoops. Okay. This could be going downhill. For me. Unfortunately. What about rook e4 to h4? Takes queen g4. There's nothing. It looks fairly solid for white at the moment. This bishop e4 doesn't have anything going for it. Frees my queen up. Maybe queen h3. Bishop e4. So f4 takes queen g4, there's always knight g3. Alright, haven't I got a nice bishop now anyway? If I play bishop takes rather than... If I play c takes, isn't that more solid for bishop e4 anyway? Okay, you could win b5 later, but... Bishop e4... looks really good. Bishop d5... On the other hand, it's more solid over here. Queen f5. There's rook f8 there. I think I'll go for that. I think rook f8 is kind of tempting for queen f3 or queen h3. So yeah, Adam is one of the top UK players. I mean, he plays the Marshall. I was just thinking the other day, he had a draw against, in Gibraltar. I was looking at the draw against the women's world champion, that very young women's world champion, and that was Marshall. I was thinking, how comes I don't ever play it? By the way, here, doesn't it look as though rook e2 is handy for rook g2? Isn't rook e2 just crushing? Can't see anything better than rook e2 anyway. So I'll play it. And get into g2. This huge dark square bishop. So queen f5, rook g2. By the way, the other thing I wanted to mention is that the over the board chess recently, I think I'm a bit more confident basing, having a bit of practice on the 15-minute time control. I think it's led to a bit more confidence for longer time, because there's always bad habits creeping in from, say, bullet chess, 2-minute chess, 5-minute chess, which sometimes lead to very quick moves. I mean, here it could be considered bishop g8 as a non-routine move, but I want to keep the bishop on g2, so I'm going to move the king. Maybe it's g6 if he checks me again. If I move the king to g6, he's running out of checks. Because if I move over here, there's queen f5 check. So I'll move it to g6. Can't see anything too wrong with that. I'm hoping. It looks fairly crushing. Rook, bishop, and queen ready to pounce. So yeah, I think this sort of habit formation, if I just think you sort of get rewarded for quick decisions in blitz, which is fine in the blitz context, but if any of that creeps into your longer game, clearly you'll be missing out opportunities. So actually the queen's kind of trapped. Aha. So I can take the queen now, because the queen didn't have any squares anyway. So losing this takes back queen f3. Unless there's anything even stronger to play here. Was that just too greedy to think of anything else here? Just rook and bishop queen. Queen f3 check on the cards after. Then maybe bishop c4 if the king goes to e1. So I think I'm going to take the queen. So queen f3, there's no king g1. So the king would go to e1, and then there's bishop c4. Unless he wants to play rook d5 here. This looks fairly brutal with queen and bishop. So, what are the choices here? Play rook d5, or we can play king f2. If king f2, queen f3, king g1, queen g2. If king e1, bishop c4 looks strong. I can't see how he's defending actually e2 there. So he plays rook takes d5. I could play queen e2. Okay, he's gone for this, so check. And bishop c4 I thought is really strong. Let's just check this again, okay. Actually, I'm on f1 as well as e2. Yeah, I think it was that Marshall game. Also, another game from Gibraltar is this G6 game by Mamdaryov. But he plays G6, then he plays f5 rather cheekily to get safely into the Leningrad Dutch without allowing bishop g5, and I found that fascinating as well. So that Gibraltar's got some interesting games going for it. I know all the attention's on Teta still, but you know, Adams is one of the top seeds. Mamdaryov, Judith Polgar's in there. So I'm just following those latest tournaments. If you go to chessgames.com and go to the left panel, the latest tournaments, you'll see Gibraltar as the latest. He's resigned, so that's given me 2 points. Cool. So I haven't played a Marshall Gambit for ages and ages and ages. So that was fun. It's a kind of ready-made attack. He said thanks for the lesson. Let's give him YouTube URL just in case he wants to check out commentary. So G5 quite aggressive. Yeah, I think that was a bad decision for that huge light square bishop. It's quite crushing. Comments or questions on YouTube? Thanks so much.